Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to the premiere episode of the Sprawl GM Prep. I don't have a clever name for this show. You know, like, it's a prep episode. That's not funny or clever. Get out of here. At least with Apocalypse World, it was the post show. It was the post-apocalypse world. Whatever. It's fine. Welcome. Hi. This is the first episode of my component of the show, of my GM-only jam. It's going to be me. It's going to be you. It's going to be the game. We're going to be hanging out with some countdown clocks, and we're going to be planning the mission. Now, I might not do this. Almost certainly I won't do this every time. This is only mission planning. So what we're going to end up doing is planning the mission, talking about how we want the countdown clocks to operate, and then we'll do another one the next time that I need to make a mission for the players. So this is going to happen every few episodes. Oh my God, Max Prep Room. The corporate turn. Yeah, these are good. This is why I have you here, my friends. Oh my God, Sprawl by myself. I love you. I love you, nerds. Sprawl by myself. Anyway, welcome. So this is the first one. This is going to come after, if you're watching this, you should be watching it after the world building episode, but before the first actual mission. So what do we have? What do we have before us? We have countdown clocks. I gotta say, big shout out to Fake Alex Blue, who's one of our mods in the channel, longtime viewer, running his own game. He gave me these awesome tools. Check this out. I'm gonna do a little Roll20 mind blowing here. What you're looking at are not just fancy graphics. I didn't just drop these in. Alex made these. They're beautiful. These are rollable tables. So in Roll20, and I'm sorry, Alex, you're gonna get people tweeting about this to get these from you, like basically all the time now. It is a 7-sector table, countdown table, and each element of the table is a different part of the countdown clock. So we put these in as a table, and then we drag the table on, set the table to be a token, and now, as I want to advance or decrease the clocks, let's say they piss off Freyr, I can right-click it, I can go multi-sided, I can go choose side. Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh, no, alert, the countdown clock. It's going bananas. It's so good. It's so fucking good. So I will say this, we have a recent feature where this kind of thing, this add-on, can be added to campaigns. And it's really easy to set up, these rollable tables. You can do it. I think it's great. If Alex is cool with it, I will tweet out a link where you can download your own if you're running the Sprawl. But thank you so much. These are primo. I love them. And now I can just copy and paste them into the game. I would love to see a full countdown clock suite, right? Like for Blades or for Apocalypse World, these would be really useful. And then you can right click them and just fill in the clock. It's great. It's a very elegant solution, and kudos to Alex for coming up with them. Also, the fans have just been, y'all have been great since the last episode, giving us character art. We've seen art for most of the characters now, corporate art, logos. So we've got those here. I've been trying to retweet them as much as possible. I'm going to use them here. We still need a Disney Bezos logo, and we still need a proper Krug logo. We've got some different designs where the marketing team at Krug is still figuring it out, but we'll update and add these as we go. Very cool. So I've got all these clocks I'm going to have to deal with. Some of them are in play, right? Legwork and action are part of the game. These will always advance, and they're part of our corporations. And I want to talk a little bit about the corporations that we have first, just so that I can get a handle on where we're at. So our corporations are Freyr Industries. Freyr Industries is a security and automated defense corporation. They make drones. They have a private military corps, weapon manufacturing. They're about guns and things that shoot guns. Our mission is your safety. So that's Freyr Industries. Disney Bezos Hypermedia, live streaming, both in the traditional sense as we understand it, and then also SimStim live streaming. They do emotive scraping, esports. This would be where Urban Brawl would belong if we had that in this world. Media conglomeration, life management, self-actualization. I think the Disney Bezos Hypermedia is the main They're the main corporation for building and managing pathways from Earth to the off-world colonies. Because remember, transcendence is a big part of our campaign, right? If you're an exceptional human, you can get fast-tracked to transcendence. Disney Bezos Hypermedia finds exceptional humans. They have a corporate enclave in Anaheim called the Magic Kingdom, where they keep all of their live streamers. Basically, you live there and you stream how great it is to live in the Magic Kingdom. Dave's corporation, the one he came up with, was Show Nintendo Onisoft. Onisan, perfect. They're kind of like the enemy of Disney Bezos, right? Like Disney Bezos Hypermedia, there's a great war over Kingdom Hearts, for example. Show Nintendo Onisoft is all of the kind of traditional, what we understand to be like Activision, Blizzard, Nintendo, Sony, all of those video game corporations eventually got rolled into Show Nintendo Onisoft. And they provide not only experience entertainment of their own, but it tends to be escapist and high fantasy. Not like you can make your life great. It's get away from your shitty life and escape. Immersive experiences, but they're also powered by this insane, zealous brand loyalty. And like cosplay is a big part of their thing. You can join the Show Nintendo Onisoft cabal, and they have like assassins, sabotage, like they believe in some of the violent hypermedia that they create, which is cool. They're a little cultish, which I'm excited about. Yeah. And then Elixir. Elixir is our David Serif corporation. This is our, acronym, our Louis Vuitton, our Hugo Boss. This is cybernetics, augmented reality to make your life look better and feel better, human augmentation, basically just like Lux shit to make your life perfect. I'm thinking a lot of gold and white as their stuff. They own, probably like corporation has sub-corporations for like vacation packages, yachts, private airlines, any kind of real luxury branding. Elixir is all over that jam. And then the big heavy, Krug Heavy Industrial Combine, creators of the Krug Leviathan, a floating mining beast, the Leviat, that travels the sea, trawling for natural resources. This is a big moving industrial giant. Andrew, they refer to it as like an iceberg that floats around doing heavy mining, manufacturing, oceanic resource acquirement. And they're our Seder Krupp. They're big, grim iron plates, rivets, tough, scary, industrial smoke cloud. This is the grungy bit. And I love the contrast between Krug and Elixir too. Like they would never conceivably work together, except when they do, and that would be like a fun thing we could explore. So those are our corporations. Let's take a quick look at our characters just so that we can all get familiar once again oops, I moved the wrong thing. Let's get everybody back on this page. Let's get familiar with our characters. So for our characters, we have Cathode, aka Kathy. I don't know if she's hot Kathy yet. I guess we'll find out. Cathode is our young, excited, former broadcaster turned tech. There's Cathode right there. Look how cute she is. She's excited eyes, a friendly face, a wiry body, wears streetwear, and is Korean. And she has these two drones, Bee and Puppy Cat, and she bought into the whole idea that she could live stream her way to being an exceptional human. She could be she used to live in the Magic Kingdom, but she was kidnapped out of it or liberated in some way, and is struggling with that, what she was told versus what she's seen in life. And I think she's going to be a really great view on some of the standard kind of like, this is what life is like, right? She's our innocent, kind of young, fresh face character. And I am going to have to break her of that. But also give her opportunities to not be broken. Give her opportunities to live the dream, right? To be cool and famous. So yeah, that's Cathode. We have Erica, Erica Larson, aka Flamingo. Erica is our fixer. She used to work for Freyr, but now she's out on her own. And her jam is that she's got the hustle. She knows people, she's well connected, and she has a gang of associates. She has a gang of 5 to 10, basically like Chappie style security drones. She's protected by her goons, and she's the one that gets shit put in place so that things can get done, right? She's motivated by money, and she's got a storied past. She also has a flashy motorcycle. So that's Erica. We've got Hannah Zhang, aka QQ. Hannah is our murder kick squad. She has mirrored eyes, a friendly face, a lithe body, streetwear, and is Asian, at least what's left of her. She's being slowly replaced by cybernetics. She's more machine than meat. She has synthetic nerves, cyber eyes, and a neural interface and targeting suite. She carries around 2 guns called Hard and Fast. She also has a sword and an assault rifle, and her job is to just kill the living shit out of everybody that gets in the way. She's also Flamingo's bodyguard, or was. So she has a responsibility to Flamingo to take care of and protect her. And then lastly, but certainly not leastly, Max, aka Neat. Now, Dave doesn't have a image for his character yet, though we did get some fan art that he really liked. He is the soldier. He's a former member of a Show Nintendo Onisoft military unit. He's separated from them, but still carries the mindset that there are certain narratives in the world, particularly anime narratives, that will guide you from one place to another. He is the planner. He's the get shit done guy. It's interesting in this game that soldier and killer are different. The soldier is about getting shit done and coordinating operations. And then the killer is about killing. So Neat is our soldier, our operator in the world. So we need to plan a mission for these nerds. So I need to come up with a mission, and the mission contains a bunch of different stuff. Now, I haven't done this before. This is brand new GM shit for me. So I'm gonna walk myself through it, and we're gonna come up with some ideas. Now, the game is mission based in the sense that it's not like do whatever you want. It's like, here's your mission, accomplish it. And there are countdowns and clocks that manufacture their way through the game. Now, based on the starting links, Freyr and Show Nintendo Onisoft don't really have a good bead on the players. Their countdown clocks are at 0. Freyr's not after them. Show Nintendo Onisoft, not after them. Those things are just standard. Now, Disney Bezos and Elixir both have had runs against them and are kind of on the upswing, but still within a safe tolerance of being noticed. Krug, however, is 2 hours to midnight. Krug knows about them. Krug is like looking for them actively. So we got to keep that in mind. So the game suggests that considering the world before we go into planning the mission, we can do so in a few stages. So what is the state of the corporate clocks? Any clock over 1800 is actively looking for information on the PCs. Clocks with over 2100 is gunning for them. So Krug is gunning for the players, like actively out looking to recycle their cyber parts. Disney Bezos and Elixir, not so much. They're aware of them, but they're not even looking for them actively yet. Are any of the characters hunted? Let's take a look. I don't think so. I think we've got some owned, but we don't have any hunted. Right. Erica is owned. Yeah, owned by Freyr. And actually, it's funny because the corporations that own them are the ones that don't care about them, right? They've got them locked down. So that's cool. We got them on that. Any loose ends from the last mission? There's no. What about NPCs? Did they promise anything they didn't deliver? Nope. That's fine. So we need to create an employer. The MC should prepare an employer and the outline of the job you will offer the team. Give the employer an anonymous name, anonymous dress, but perhaps a distinguishing feature or mannerism. Remember to think cyberpunk, mirror shades, cyberware, wearable tech, crazy fashion statements. Think about the corporation or threat the employer might represent. You can decide now if you like, or leave it open. So let's do that. Let's think about that. So I could have one of the corporations that isn't on the countdown clock, hire them to take on a job against one of these, or we could introduce a threat, right? The threats are basically like non-corporation things. The threats are characters, or like this would be where like the Akira cult from Akira would be. These would be like social movements, that kind of thing. I'm not sure we want to dive into that just yet. I think we'll come into that later. Throughout the mission, make everyone appear suspicious. Sow the seeds for double crosses with foreshadowing and suspicious behavior, but don't worry too much about the exact nature of a double cross yet. The mission structure will produce post-mission fuckery for me. So that's okay. That's totally fine. Hook the playbooks in. So the playbooks represent the team's skill set. So what have we got? We've got a fixer, a tech, a soldier, and a killer. So a military mission in which someone needs to die with technical, like they're a pretty aggressive team. Yeah. I kind of like that. So this is going to be, I think this is going to, like, we'll start simple and we'll go with something like aggressive, something military, a bombing or a murder, an assassination, a strike on a fortified target. Something like that, yeah. Consider the corporations and threats. So consider the target and the employer are, and prepare countdown clocks for both when they're in a position to seek revenge. If the corporations already have clocks, carry them on from the existing place. So who should be our employer? I'm thinking Show Nintendo, probably. I think the employer. Let's do that. Let's go there. So I'm gonna start a new page. I'm writing in my GM notebook right now. I need a new color though. I need mission color. The fixers' jobs are outside of the mission. They're non-mission based. So let's see. Okay, so here's our mission. It's gonna be the employer is Show Nintendo Onisoft. And let's outline the job. A show of force, a threat, sending a message. Something violent, something messy, something big, and I think against Disney Bezos. So let's make the target Disney Bezos. And let's make it, I want it to be a big showy, like, public thing. So what do we think? Do we want to start with an assassination, or should we start with a, and this is going to put pressure on Cathode, right? Because she's going after her former owners. Like, assassination seems too simple. Maybe, kidnapping. Yeah, kidnapping a Disney Bezos executive. Oh, yeah. Okay. Kidnapping an exec. No, not an executive. We're gonna have them kidnap a God, what are they called at Disneyland? The people that play the characters. They're gonna kidnap like Belle or Snow White or, oh my God, Snow Crash. They have like a particular name. It's not kidnapping, it's liberation. Yeah. Yeah, so kidnapping a talent, not a streamer, but one of their like persona like people. Yeah, they're character actors. Yeah, I think they're personas or personalities. It's got to be big and showy. Okay. Cast member, that's what they're called. Kidnap a cast member. Okay, let's make it. God, who do we like? Who do we like for them to kidnap? Ariel. I want it to be like a real innocent. I want it like a real innocent, like Disney, like archetypal, like Cinderella or Snow White or Ariel. Yeah. Oh my god, the Mouseketeers. No. The Mouseketeers are their like Disney Bezos's like elite like death squads. I'm gonna make a note of that. That is too much good cyberpunkia. Mouseketeers. Death Squad. They're gonna have to fight the Mouseketeers. It can't be Tinkerbell because Tinkerbell is the name of the technology that follows the streamers around. Alice. Yeah. Oh, Alice is a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alice. So they got to kidnap, and there's lots of Alices. There's many Alices, but they're gonna need to kidnap one of them. Okay. All right. So, let's take a look at the mission packages. Okay, so we've got that. All right, pick a target, possibly a location or person. Where is that target? Where might that target be? Okay, so Alice, she lives in... Now, she can't be... I don't want to like leave the setting we've immediately created. So maybe she's visiting. Maybe Alice is like here in the Gothenburg Megaplex on a tour. So on tour in the GMX, kidnap before she leaves. Okay, cool. All right. So mission directives. The MC will decide what the main steps in the mission are and assign experience values to them. These are the mission directives. The first directive is always easy. When you accept the mission, mark experience. Let's switch over to the GM layer. Y'all will be able to see this, but our players won't. This will be visible to me through the whole jam. So, and the great thing is I can make the directives visible to them as soon as I'm ready. So when you accept the mission, mark XP. Okay. All right. So you get XP as soon as the mission starts, and the last directive is when the mission ends. I guess mark XP. Okay. All right. So we got to come up with some more directives. As soon as they get the job, we show them the directives. It should give a general shape of the mission, but only use information given to them by the employer. Mission directives generally provide 5 experience, so I need to come up with, what, 3 more? Generally, we can make these longer or shorter, but let's try to stick to the main jam as we go. Oh, that's awesome. Nivinter. Alice Prime is visiting to upgrade all the Alice's firmware. Ah, rad. Okay. To update local Alice. Alice 689. Right, external embassies of the Magic Kingdom. Obviously, the Megaplex has one. Oh, that's dope. I like it. Cool. Okay, so what should our directives be? The last one obviously is when you extract Alice Prime, mark XP, right? To the safe house, mark XP. Yeah, locate Alice. When you decide on a hit location, mark XP. So when they've figured out, when they're like, all right, we know where we're gonna hit, and when you take out Alice's protection squad, her entourage. Right, okay. Yeah, her bodyguard, security system. I gotta like look up some Alice in Wonderland shit between the last session and now. All right, so there's our tick marks here. More complications are possible when the players discover it might reveal a different set. Okay, this is a simple mission. We're gonna just keep it straightforward. And sometimes a particular place, person, or group involved with the mission might suggest certain specialized moves. Write down a few moves and what part they play in the mission. Oh, I've got one for sure. When you get hit with, I want the Cheshire Cat to be a drug. I want it to be like a something that causes hallucinations. Or what was the... No, not Cheshire Cat. What was the name of that caterpillar? Does the caterpillar have a name? Ah, yeah, deal with. That's a good call too. Yeah. Because you could avoid them or whatever. Yeah, it's an AR virus for sure. Let me. It's just Caterpillar. All right. So there's a custom move here. We got to roll to resist it. You roll plus cool probably, because this is just a modified act under pressure. Let's see. Roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, you... On a 10 plus, you're fine. You can shake the effects. On a 7 to 9, until you get the antidote, you're, what is it in this game? Not acting under fire, it's acting under pressure. Acting under pressure from hallucinations. On a miss, tell the MC what you fear most. Now you live it. All right, so it's like a horrible crowd control hallucinogen. I'm thinking of, what's that? There's a drug or a pathogen in the peripheral that they threaten to spray on people. And I guess the plan here is, yeah, you get hit with the caterpillar. The theme song for this oh my god, the name of this mission has to be Go Ask Alice, right? Everybody make sure to listen to that song between now and then. The technical name is Absalom. Okay, cool. That's even better. Absalom, the caterpillar. It's a dart. Like they fire it at you, and you like, get all goofed up. Cool. All right, I like it. So yeah, they drop you into like an intense like drug tunnel that fucks with your AR. It's probably a nano drug, so like your actual body gets all fucked up, but then your AR starts projecting like horrifying images, and you get this like biofeedback loop. Ooh, that's good. And like people that get hit with Absalom, they like have to dig out their own AR stuff. Like there's lots of people who died from blood loss because they're like, I can't turn off the AR. It's pummeling me with horror images. And they like cut out their own eyes, or like, oh yeah. And this is totally the thing that Disney Bezos would do. It'd be like, we didn't kill you. You killed yourself. So Alice's entourage definitely has the ability to like hit people with this Absalom shit. Cool. All right. So we've got a custom move for that. Let's talk a little bit about how the run is structured, because I want to think about how this works. So the structure of a mission takes place in 6 phases. We get the job. There's the legwork phase. There's the action phase. There's getting paid. There's retaliation, and then there's laying low and fighting back, or fighting back. So we begin the game with a team meeting the anonymous employer. So let's talk about the employer. This is someone who wants to kidnap Alice Prime, and they want to kidnap Alice Prime for a reason. So the employer, we know that they work for Show Nintendo Onisoft. Show Nintendo Onisoft is all about, I mean, this is probably ongoing in the like Kingdom Hearts Cold War. But we also want to play up what they would want. So why do they want Alice Prime? Why do they want Alice Prime? They want her because she contains something proprietary, right? She's one of Disney Bezos's like big experience streamers. If you're kind of into like druggy experiences, she appeals to like a brand of people who like suburban teenage girls who want to like rebel, and like they want, yeah, like I can see they're like the Hot Topic crowd that plugs into Alice's stream because they want to like feel like they're like doing drugs and like hanging out in a weird surreal world. Yeah. Oh, I know. They want to capture her, and they want to like put a virus into her. They want to like implant her with some kind of nanovirus and then give her back. Yeah. So that she pollutes all the other Alices. Okay, cool. So Show Nintendo wants to slip their branding into Wonderland through her. Okay, wants Alice. as a disease vector for polluting Disney Bezos via Wonderland. Because Wonderland, Wonderland is like a big part of the Magic Kingdom. So they want her to go home and bring back some kind of like meme, some kind of like corporate meme. Probably like, yeah, like Zelda or something, right? Like maybe Alice starts getting uppity. Like she starts wanting to like fight and isn't just like, oh, this is so strange. Instead, she's like, wow, Master Sword, right? They're trying to modify Alice's behavioral protocols. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it. Show Nintendo eventually wants to do this with all the princesses. Yeah, I like it. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh my God. Filipov just gave me the best name for this. This is Go Ask Alice is the name of the mission, but it's also Operation Alice in Chains. Oh, I love you. Oh, nerds. It's so good. Oh, man. Fuck, that's so good. All right. So they want to corrupt her and send her back to Wonderland. So they're going to get the job. They're going to get the job from this SNOS guy, this Show Nintendo dude. So the Show Nintendo guy, I think we're going to start with the kind of like syndicate. We're going to start with like the sort of syndicate expectation, the Sorari man, the anime version of that though. Like this guy has to be an over the top cliche. Wonder what's the most common last name in Japan? Most common. I read an article the other day that apparently Japan has lost 1 million people in its not because they've died or vanished, but their population is dropping in the last 5 years. 1 million people. In ascending order, the most common Japanese surnames today. The most popular surname in Japan is Sato. Sato, meaning to assist. All right, Mr. Sato, Sato-san. So you have to refer to them as Sato Senpai. So Senpai Sato. Senpai is a very important title at Show Nintendo Onisoft. Very important. Sato-san. Senpai. I think, oh my God, I think that in the, like all of those, oh my God, all of those like corny anime tropes, like calling someone senpai or oni-chan, all of those are corporate titles, right? Like you rise to the top and become, dono or whatever, but yeah, you start as like little brother and then become big brother and then like little sister and then big sister. And so like they're gender neutral terms now. Like all the honorifics have become part of they've all become part of that thing. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. So he is senpai rank. He's pretty high up, but he probably won't use his rank necessarily. We'll see. Maybe with Dave. Baka is the lowest tier. Perfect. Sato Baka. That's right. Senpai has noticed you, runners. See, this is why I like doing my prep with an audience, with you guys helping me out, because I'm good at the cyberpunk stuff, but y'all are also really good. Yeah. Saitama-san is the highest S rank. So when they take the job, they're going to get the job using Edge. Someone will make that, someone will negotiate and make that roll. And then depending on the role, they'll get to choose from the list. Or if they fail, I'll get to make a move, and it'll be a very, very like sort of bottom level job. So they'll get to have intel, they'll get to have gear, they'll get a well-paying job, the meeting will or will not attract attention, and the employer will be identifiable. So if they don't choose that identifiable employer, they'll never know what you know, that this senpai rank Sato-san is noticing them. So that's a thing, Sato-san. Cool. Okay. And then they enter the legwork phase. Now, the legwork phase is the team preparing for the mission. They hit the streets, they research, they use their contact moves. This is going to be me turning over to the players, like, how much do you want to prep? But there's a thing called the legwork clock. There's a countdown clock that happens during legwork that the more they ask, the more that Disney Bezos is going to be like, hey, wait a second, I hear people are asking, there's gurgling on the streets, stuff is going on. So Disney Bezos is going to be paying attention. So each time that they take an action for legwork, we're going to get to foreshadow things being worse later. So if they stay where they're at, if legwork never goes up, oh my God, that's so good. Yeah, being noticed is a great code word for promotion. Senpai has noticed you. So as they do the stanky leg, the clock will increase. So at noon, everything's cool. 1500, it's nothing serious yet. The target hears vague rumors at 1800. 2100, there's clear but unconfirmed rumors, and the action clock starts to build. The target has reliable information about the timing of the mission at 2200. Reliable information about the team at 2300. And then at midnight, precisely identified, we advance the corporate or threat clock. So they're going to get to choose how much they want to push this thing. And that's on them. They're going to make that choices. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be able to advance the clock and do some subtle stuff. We're going to keep the full version of the clock secret. We won't tell them like, they know where you are, but it'll build. So they're going to need to make turns. There are basic moves: assess, research, and help to make. And then also they'll get to make their specific moves with their playbooks. Legwork phase begins when they get the job, and when they sit down and they're like, we're going to go take the job, the legwork phase ends, and we mark where the clock is for later. They can earn stuff during the legwork phase, depending on their playbooks. This is where the fixer will really, I think that Elf's character, I think we'll see Flamingo take the lead during legwork. Same with Neat. Neat is a soldier, Neat is a planner. So those two will lead that. Then we'll switch over to Cathode and QQ when they get into the busting heads and shooting guns. It's actually a really cool, very elegant system. So when they choose to go into the action phase, the action clock starts to tick. When a character makes a miss, I can make a mission move to increase awareness and alertness. This is alarms getting set up. If the action clock ever reaches midnight, they have failed the mission, right? It will ascend in the way the legwork clock does, so everything's cool. The target's more alert than usual. The target's on full alert, fully deploys internal assets, calls on external assets, deploys them, and then deploys overwhelming accessing force. So it just keeps grinding up. The closer they get, the more I can hit them with the Disney Bezos team, the more the red suit will come in. I really like the idea of red suits being her security squad, and not in the sense that they wear red suits, but that they're all like, this is the Ace of Diamonds. Come in, Ace of Diamonds. Like, and it's they have like code words where they're all just cards from the red side of the deck. That's really cool. I'm super about that. So we'll keep this available for them to look at. They'll be able to see that. And during this phase, they can spend the intel and gear that they got using revealing knowledge and producing equipment to narrate fictional advantages and opportunities. So intel in this game allows them to have things without defining them. Intel and gear are floating objects that you can convert into real things. So if during the mission, they're like, fuck, this would be great if we had a grappling hook, I would be like, okay, does anybody have a grappling hook? And they're like, no. But the fixer could be like, well, good thing I have this one gear. Bam, grappling hook. Now we can do it, right? So that's a thing that they allow to fill in. Same with intel. They can spend it to get bonuses on things. They can get gear. They get clues, essentially, during the legwork phase to give them a +1 forward to exploit an opportunity they didn't know about before. I love this. This is a great flashback. It keeps legwork clear and clean. Because then I can say, cool, you pick up some important intel. And they can be like, awesome, I file it away in the cyber deck. Later, away we go. So that's great. If the action clock ever hits 0, it means they were captured, someone is killed, the objective is completed, but some other terrible things will happen. And this is the players get to decide this. If they were captured, then maybe they get traded back to a corporation that owns them. Bad cyberware gets implanted for future controls, that kind of thing. So I'm pretty hype about that. So once the mission is completed, they'll get paid for their mission. That'll depend on fictional stuff that's happened, and then they're going to have to make a roll. Someone will have to make the getting paid roll. And the getting paid roll is adding the number of unfilled segments on the legwork clock. So the quieter they are during legwork, the better this payment is going to go for them. And then we can use this information to help us plan the next mission. Lastly, after the team has been paid, we look at the final state of the 2 clocks. If legwork is filled, the corporation knows a bunch about them, and we fill out another slot for Disney Bezos. If the action clock is filled and they were all escaped, the target corporation is infuriated, and we advance it 2 segments. If a clock gets to 18, definite notice. If it gets to 21, definite action. Now, I'd love to show Krug. I'm going to make a note, actually, in my book here. So the thing about Krug here is that Krug is watching or paying attention. So I can implement them, especially during the legwork phase, as a problem. I can be like, cool, well, while you're looking for information on Disney Bezos, you fail this roll and Krug shows up, right? One of those Leviat kill squads. They're here to fuck you up because they've been following you, right? They're looking out for you. So I can get all paranoia inducing with Krug. They're on the hunt, but this mission isn't about them, but it allows me, because the link is so high, it allows me to insert Krug as an omnipresent risk into whatever they do. Then finally, they have the option to lie low. Now, they lie low. Everyone can go to ground. And if they want to do that, going to ground means they pay half their cred, or 5, whichever is greater, and all the corporate clocks chill out. If you don't have the cash, but you value your rep more than your life, you can attempt to fight back against a corporation. So there's a little bit of like end phase here. They can take on a mission to be like, no, we're going to seek to attack them a little bit. And I guess this plays out as an option where I'm like, all right, look, do you want to lie low or do you want to like try to fight back? And if they fight back, that's on them. I can say, how do you do that? What are we gonna do? And then that's it. So we're good to go. I mean, we've talked about the mission structure. We've talked about how that goes. And I think what I'm going to do is, for the most part, I've got this Absalom as a thing. We know the mission structure. Let's brainstorm a little bit. Let's brainstorm. Let's do some thinky time. Put on your thinky caps. Take an octagon, and we're gonna talk a little bit about locations, visual shit. I just want to talk about some inspiration for the setting, because this is the first mission, and I want to think about some contrasts that we can place in the world. And this is the kind of thing that if you're a Powered by the Apocalypse GM, if you're playing the Sprawl, you're going to start finding your mind bending around your game, right? Every advertisement becomes an opportunity. Every news story about executive orders becomes a potential part of your game. Remember what I said in the first session. All good sci-fi, cyberpunk especially, is not about the future. It's about our anxieties for now. So let's figure out this shit. So I want to know, let's talk about Alice's tour. So first of all, Alice arrives, Alice Prime, the perfected version of Alice. I think that the primes are, okay, here's a question. Are the primes human? Are they AI? Or are they somewhere in between? I'm thinking somewhere in between. They're humans who are genetically modified, maybe vat grown to be perfect representations of the cartoon version of like who they're playing. They have bigger eyes. They have more perfect hair. They have a uniformity of skin. They dress exactly like the character, even though their dress is, Kevlar and like cannot get dirty. Yeah, between is the most interesting. They have brainware, totally. Semi-synthetic human AI hybrids. Okay. Brainwashed, like barely human, but maybe you could reprogram them. Surgery, modifications, and then they have a built-in AI. They have a hyperlink upload to the satellite, to the Disney Bezos floating platform that beams them constant up-to-date brand information. Yeah, cool. All right. Synthetic human, they're perfect in the sense that they're like a perfect replica of Alice. I need to look up quotes from Alice in Wonderland. Let's do that. Let me take a look. Let's find some Alice in Wonderland quotes from that film. Join me as I take a trip to Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland quotes. Let's find some things that Alice can say. God, this is going to be great. I think Alice in Wonderland is actually kind of cyber. Yeah, we're all mad here. I don't want to go among mad people. Why, sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. Oh, yes. All right, I'm going to have this handy. I'm going to have this handy when we play. God, can you imagine, like, Alice Prime and then a bunch of sub-Alices, like repeating this stuff? There's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Curiouser and curiouser. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Oh, these are so good. Have I gone mad? I'm afraid so, but let me tell you something. The best people usually are. Okay, so she's Alice. Let's talk about, okay, what are Alice's 3 traits? What are the things that make up, we're gonna treat Alice in Wonderland, the character from the Disney movie. What are her traits? She's innocent, right? Like that's one of her main jams. She's innocent. Right, the yesterday one is so good with the firmware updates. Like, but Alice, who will I be tomorrow? Oh, darling, there's no use going back to yesterday. You were a different person then. Yeah, innocent, she's curious. I like that. So she won't react with fear to the players. Like when they find her, she'll be like, curiouser and curiouser. Who are you? Right? Like she's into that. Has had it with everybody's shit on the low. Yeah, she's a little bit rebellious, right? Like she kind of does what she wants. She kind of bucks the system a little. Because she's not afraid of the queen. She's got kind of lateral thinking kind of going on. Yeah. She's sort of petulant. That's a good one. Innocent, curious, and petulant. Perfect. I like we're like character burning Alice. Precocious. Ooh, precocious is good too. I think that's almost better than petulant. Because petulant implies she's a bit of a brat. I like that. I like precocious. I'm going to go with that one. Petulant is good, but precocious is better. All right, so our Alice Prime is the embodiment of Alice. Yeah, and think about the kind of girl she appeals to in this modern cyberpunk, right? She has fans. She has these like Wonderland fans, these Alice fans who like they're suburban girls. They're like probably well off, rich families, but they believe in the idea of Alice. They believe in being curious, having imagination. They believe in the wonder of the universe. And they're like a little bit precocious. They're a little bit like, you can't tell me what to do because Alice is their god, right? Yeah. I dig it. I fucking dig it. Okay. She's charming, right? She's a charming AI. And she's not afraid of, I think, anything. Not at first, at least. Well, the thing is, Disney controls a girl that doesn't give a shit by programming her to not give a shit, right? Her precociousness, her innocence, her curiosity, all of that is just dumped into her. She's not a real person. There's a girl in there somewhere who was born to a mother who has a father, but who was systematically redesigned, her bone structure refilled, her body. Like, she was made to be perfect, and she's implanted internally to be, yeah, to be too real. She's Alice, and she's selling the idea of a gentle, God, the Disney Bezos Chemical Corporation has so much, like you know that she's the pharmaceutical branch. She's, oh God, this is messy. All right. So Disney Pharma, she's their main jam, right? She's the girl that if Disney needs to sell drugs, having trouble sleeping, eat this, drink this potion. Don't like your life? Take a trip with Alice down the rabbit hole, right? Oh my God, Rabbit Hole is the name of Disney's like escape drug / like streaming program. Gross and kind of awesome. I'm going to make a note of Rabbit Hole. Well, shit, we're in the Matrix now, right? Like, mescaline, man, it's the only way to fly. Oh, that's so cool. Alice, she is having trouble sleeping? Yeah, eat me, drink me. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. Every day is your unbirthday. Mega Prozac. Oh my God, it's too good. Rabbit hole, unbirthday. They're the names of drugs. Oh my God, it's so messy. All right. Yeah, controlled illusion of rebellion. And the thing is, like, they want to pollute her. They want to fuck with her programming to make that rebellion different. They want to show Nintendo Onisoft, who's a good rebellious, a girl that's similar to Alice but more anime. Like, they want to tsundere anime Alice a little bit. What's a good anime character that we can like, what's the code they want to put into Alice and like bend her slightly more towards an anime trope style? Like, I'm thinking like, all right, let's think of like Kusanagi, not so much because she's an authority figure. She's a badass. She almost is more on the like masculine side. Like we talked about Zelda a little bit. Yeah. Bulma. Yeah, Bulma's kind of pissy. I kind of like Bulma a little bit. That's a good early, yeah, like early kind of shitty Bulma where she's like, you can't talk to me like that. Bulma memes. This note, it's not gonna make any fucking sense. Except like in a year when I look at this, the hell. All right, we'll ponder that. We don't necessarily need to know the specifics, but that's important. Cool. Okay, I like Tank Girl. It's a good one. Kagome is Japanese Alice. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about locations. What are a few important locations we might need? So like a mall visit or something? So some kind of like mall location in the Megaplex where she's like visiting with people. A little temporary Wonderland, right? Like a Disney store repurposed as Wonderland. Mall visit, Disney store appearance. Where is she staying? She would be staying in the embassy, the Disney Bezos embassy in the Megaplex. So Disney Bezos. God, what is Disney's hotel? What's Disney's big hotel called? Oh yeah, Alice Prime distorts other people's perceptions for sure. This is gonna be all weird hallucinations and amphetamine style. Like everything's gonna be all ragged and weird. If you're around Alice, she fucks with your AR for sure. Mall visit, Disney store appearance, like slash tea party. Yeah, she would hold a tea party. You must be mad to come here. Yeah, I dig that. Some kind of castle. Yeah. There's like a specific hotel in, let me see. Okay, so Disney Hotel Anaheim. It might just be called the Disney Hotel. Disneyland Resort Hotel, Disneyland Hotel. Okay, all right. Um, so Disneyland, there's a hotel slash embassy. Okay, so that's where she is when she's at home. The Gothenburg Megaplex shipping yard, which would be fucking huge, right? I'm thinking, so Gothenburg, I'm thinking part of the Kattegat is, like most of the Kattegat is probably frozen because of climate change. And there are these huge icebreakers, these huge Krug icebreakers. Writing that down, Krug icebreaker. So these Krug icebreakers, that the city, the Kattegat, the Bay Authority pays to like crush up the ice and break it so that ships can come in and out. And then there's the big like shipping yard, because obviously, like, you know, mega tankers still move things from this port. Yeah, I'm about that. Okay, cool. Yeah, Gothenburg is a harbor city too. So yeah, remember the Gothenburg Megaplex goes north to Oslo and south to Stockholm. And it's the whole area around Kattegat is all one huge city, basically. They've all bled in together, and a ton of people have moved up because you can't occupy the middle of the earth anymore without like very special, expensive arcology stuff, right? The Magic Kingdom is in the middle of like a burning desert. So that's definitely a thing. Okay, so the Gothenburg Megaplex shipping yard, like big, dark snowdrifts, constant wind. Oh my God! I just had an idea. This will come up for Disney Bezos later. I'm gonna make a note. Yeah, Stockholm is west of Gothenburg, but it's like that's the farthest like point. I can't remember the exact map, but it's a circle around Gothenburg that goes as far as the next major cities in any direction. What's the name of that secret club at Disneyland that you can't get into unless you're like already a member? Stockholm's northwest? What city am I thinking of? Now I'm gonna look at the map. Gothenburg is the city to the south that I was thinking of. Let me zoom the fuck out. Sorry, I'm looking at a map right now. Copenhagen. Copenhagen was what I was thinking of. Sorry, Copenhagen. It's Copenhagen in the south, Oslo in the north, the entire Kattegat and most of the like big chunks of the North Sea. Stockholm, yeah, it's a triangle. It's the Oslo, Copenhagen, Stockholm triangle, and then the Kattegat. I'll take a screenshot and I'll draw a triangle around what I'm thinking of. Club 33. Okay, I'm making a note of that for the future. I'm just gonna put on my corp sheet. What is Club 33? What is it? The mysterious Club 33. There we go. Boop. Here we go. All right. Perfect. All right. So, yeah. So we've got some locations. We've got the Disney store, that like ART party, the Disney Business Hotel, the shipping yard where she arrives. I guess there would need to be there'd be like the Megaplex East airport, right? Some kind of like airport there. Cool. And then we talked about her security team, the red suit. Red suit is her security team. Nice. Okay, so I think we're ready. I think I've got a pretty good handle on this. I have a supplement. Oh my God, the Epcot Detainment Center. That's too good. I'm making a note of that too. God, y'all are good at this shit. Dystopian cyberpunk. Apparently the internet likes it. Epcot is totally a prison. And at Epcot, they reprogram you to learn that it's a small world after all. Fucking awesome. I'm about that. Okay. I think we're ready. Now, I was going to say, I've got a book. Let me see what it's called, because you might want a copy of this as well. I've got a PDF. I think the PDF is free, but the print book you can also get. It's kind of like a Metamorphica for cyberpunk. It's called Augmented Reality. Augmented Reality, that's what it's called. So Augmented Reality, designed and completed by Paul Gallagher. You can get it at Geist Hack Games or neuralarchive.blogspot.co.uk. I'm going to use that for the game whenever I need to come up with stuff. It's a bit like Vornheim, but for cyberpunk. Like, for example, we need to roll a D100 for first impressions. Let's roll up a random NPC. You run into a guard. He is athletic and wiry and is in the middle of huffing some fast food. Right? Bam. Instant NPC. All cyberpunk stuff. And what I should do is probably integrate some of these drop tables into this Roll20 account. But if you're interested, augmented reality, it's a good like generic. Yeah, print on demand on Lulu. Yeah, go check it out. It's cool. I'm going to be using it. You can check it out too. All right. Perfect. We are ready. We're ready for the kidnapping of Alice Prime. This is going to be really fun. I wonder, I've got a thing tonight, but I might be able to throw down a watching of Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. God, I'm hype. All right. Cyberpunk is my favorite. Playing role-playing games is my favorite. Playing cyberpunk role-playing games is double my favorite. Thank you so much for coming and helping me out, everybody. You are a delight. I love these streams. Thank you so much for your great ideas. Big ups to GM chat. I'm going to go, but we will see you tomorrow. Let's go. We'll go and see our shit in action tomorrow at 11 o'clock Pacific. If you miss it or you can't attend because that's a bad time for you, it'll be on YouTube on the weekend. Thank you again so much for coming. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye for now.